What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim back with another video, and I'm super excited because today we're going to be talking about 25 side hustles that anybody can start for under 500 bucks. I love talking about side hustles. I think side hustles are a great way to bring in extra money, and I also think they're one of the best stepping stones to becoming financially free. And that's what this channel is all about, getting the freedom you need to live the life you want. So without further ado, let's jump right into the side hustles. Side hustle number one is one that I honestly just came across a couple days ago. I was researching different side hustles to do this video, and I was actually looking into house sitting, which didn't make the list, by the way. So I went to like one of the major house sitting websites, and on the front page, most of the listings, instead of talking about house sitting, they were talking about people like watching their pets and then also watering their plants. Side hustle number one is plant waterer. I'm telling you folks, on the main page, there might have been like 20 featured listings, and like half of them were people saying, hey, I need somebody to come over while I'm on vacation and water my plants. And they were paying like $20 a day, $30 a day. You know, some of them were saying, hey, I need you to come over, water my garden while I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. I'll pay you $30 a day. It should take you like 30 minutes. And that's when I'm like, wait a second. There's some real money here. Side hustle number two is dog walking. Now, I wanted to throw this in now because I kind of touched on people and their pets in the last side hustle listing, but dog walking. It's old school. People have been doing it for years, but people still got pets. I'm here to tell you, I do a lot of walking around and all I see is people with pets walking them. So people got pets, but people also got bills. So a lot of people don't have the time to walk their animals, the dogs, sometimes even their cats, because they're at work. So they need somebody to walk them. People care more about their pets a lot of times than their children. So there's always going to be a need for dog walkers. There's apps like Rover and Wag now that really like help you to connect with people who need their dogs walked if you're a dog walker. I did some research in Denver, in the Denver area where I live. Dog walkers make on average like $23.22 an hour. Very specific, $23.22 an hour. And also a full-time dog walker in the US makes about $31,000 a year. That kind of blew my mind. So I'm like, you doing it part-time, you might be able to bring in an extra $10,000, $15,000 a year just walking people's dogs. I don't want to do it, but if you love animals, this might be one for you. Anybody who knows me knows I had to put this next one on the list. And near the top, side hustle number three that you can start for under 500 bucks is being an influencer. I think it is the best side hustle / best job going. Yes, I'm a little biased because that's what I do for a living. But I think the bias comes from a good place because I know that you can start with stuff you already have. I started my YouTube channel for years with just my cell phone and I was making money. You can start with your cell phone. Use your laptop, your tablet, things you already have, and all you have to do is turn it on and talk. And eventually that can lead into a side hustle, you get monetized, and it can turn into like a business. And from just those videos or those TikToks or those reels or those posts, that can turn into so many other things. And that's the beauty of it. You know, it's probably the only side hustle on the list that like can turn into 5 or 6 different side hustles. So like if you've been thinking about, you know, getting on YouTube, you know, blowing up, trying to blow up on Instagram, trying to become TikTok famous, I say go for it. There's people every single day doing it. Side hustle number 4 is another oldie but goodie, and that's detailing cars. I've done this one before. It does not take a lot of money to get started. You maybe need like a shop vac and just like some rags and some really cheap. You can go to the Dollar Tree, get some cleaning supplies. You know, you can actually, you know, wash the car at the person's house, use their water, use their spray nozzle. If that's not convenient, you can just drive the car to like a car wash place and, you know, pay $5, put $5 in the machine and wash the car there. Like, it's really not a side hustle that takes a lot of money. The good news is a lot of people was buying cars over the past couple years. Used car prices have gone through the roof. Like, you drive by the car dealership. I drove by a car dealership the other day and it was like, we actually have cars, which a lot of these cars ain't even got cars. Like, people are buying cars left and right. Once again, they got jobs. They got to be at work paying for these cars. People don't have time to be detailing their car. Side hustle number 5 is another one I've done myself, and that's pressure washing. Basically, with pressure washing, you get a pressure washer, which is just a machine that you put a water hose into it and the water goes through it and then comes out the nozzle like at high pressure. And this is good because you can use it to like clean off sidewalks or clean off the side of people's houses. And I really love this side hustle because A, you can get you like a decent gas powered pressure washer at Home Depot or Amazon for under 400 bucks. And the results are so amazing that people don't mind spending a lot of money. They can see on the sidewalk, like, look how dirty it was before, look how clean it is now. You can probably make your money back, that 400 bucks in like 2 jobs. Maybe even on the first job, depending on like how big a house you do or how much of a sidewalk or driveway you do. Really not that hard. You honestly just turn the pressure washer on and just go back and forth. I had to switch my camera angle up real quick, folks, because I had my camera like sitting on the dash over there and that hot summer sun was coming through the windshield and was about to melt my camera. And I said, I don't need those type of problems mid-video. We got to get this video out. So we're using this camera angle for a while, but that's not going to stop us. We're moving right along. Number 6, side hustle number 6 is writing articles online. Now, I know the internet has gone very video, very podcast, but blogs are still doing well. And another kind of subset from that is like writing articles online. This is something a lot of people don't do, but I've been doing this online 7-8 years. I use a website called hubpages.com. I'll link it in the description. I've been writing on hubpages.com for 7 or 8 years. I've probably been getting a check for 6 or 7 of those years every single month. You can write about pretty much anything you want to write about. They have a network of websites. If the article meets their standards, they will put it on the website that it fits best on. They have like editors on staff that will read your article free of charge and like tighten it up for you. So it's really cool. When they post these articles on their websites, you can get some really good like search engine ranking. Like I've got some articles that ranked like #1 on Google. And if you know anything about like search engines and ranking, you can make some good money when you're #1. Number 7 is another one I know a lot about because I was in this field for 10 to 12 years. There is a lot of money to be made in this field, and that is the lawn business. It's another oldie but goodie. I worked for a lot of lawn companies, and the owners of these companies made really good money. These dudes was bringing in some cash, okay? And it's a great business. I dabbled in a little bit doing my own, but never really got serious about it. But you can go down and buy a push mower for 380 bucks. You can buy a cheap little weed eater for about 80 bucks. That's really all you need to get started mowing grass. I would recommend finding one of these neighborhoods that has like a ton of like houses with little bitty yards. And if they don't have an HOA or a company that already comes in and like mows their grass, you can just go to these houses. Hey, 25 bucks, knock on doors, 25 bucks, I'll mow your yard. You get one yard in that neighborhood, you'll get another one because somebody's gonna see you and be like, hey, will you mow my yard? Before you know it, you've got 10 houses in that neighborhood. Now it is another one where you're gonna sweat a little bit. You gonna have to put in the work on this one, but there is a lot of money to be made in the lawn business, and it really does not take a lot of money to start. By the way, folks, 2 things real quick. If you hear like some drumming in the background, I'm sitting at a park here in Colorado, and as tends to happen on the weekends in parks in Colorado's, they done started up a little drum circle, a little suburban night drum circle over there. You know, you'll occasionally hear some bongo drumming and some whooping. I'm sorry, they just over there, you know, exercising their rights as Americans. And second thing, if you like the bongo drumming or you like this video, please hit the like button. Thanks. Side hustle number 8 is one that I think everybody should try their hand at because there is 0 monetary overhead. You can start this side hustle and make money with $0, and that is creating and selling merch. Okay? Nowadays, it's not the old game where you got to design a t-shirt and find somebody to make the t-shirt, then you got to mail people to. No, now we got print on demand. So there are places, Spring is the website I use. I've also used Zazzle for many years. You can design things. You can design like t-shirts or bumper stickers or pillows or they've got so many different things you can design, and they take care of everything. All you really have to do is come up with the design and just say like what product you want it to be on, and they take care of everything. When someone orders it, they slap it on the t-shirt, they mail it to the person, you get a percentage of the sale. It is quite possibly one of the easiest ways to make money out there. All you have to do is just be really creative, you know, and just come up with cool t-shirt, bumper sticker, coffee mug ideas. And then you just kind of have to find an audience to buy them. You know, this goes really well with like being an influencer. Remember I said as an influencer, there's like all these side hustles that go along with it. You get a good enough following, you can start selling merch. I really think this is one that everybody should try their hand at, because all it takes is some time. You can say, I want to make $5 off every t-shirt. You design that t-shirt, and then anytime someone buys it, you make $5. You never have to do any work on that t-shirt or that design ever again. You know, it's like some of the best passive income. And you can design as many products as you want. You can design as much merch as you want. Like, the earning potential is like unlimited. I got 2 words for y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for our side hustle number 9. Pandemic babies. A lot of pandemic babies out there, and once again, people ain't got time to be watching their kids. There's going to be a high demand for babysitters in coming years. You know, this is another oldie but goodie. People have been needing babysitters since the beginning of time. Eve needed a babysitter because her and Adam had some, you know, discussing of some things they needed to do. You know, they had some apple talk going on, some serpent talk going on. They couldn't be watching Cain and Abel and them. Probably why they grew up to kill each other. But so those are side points. All I'm saying is, if you like kids, there's going to be a lot of kids out there for you to babysit. A lot of money to be made babysitting. Why not try it out? I don't want to do it because I don't like children, but hey, you might. Side hustle number 10 that you can start for under $500 is one that is like very unique to our time, and that's being a home organizer. We have so much stuff these days, ladies and gentlemen, that we will pay someone to come into our home and organize it for us. I got too much stuff. I don't have enough time. I need you to come over and organize my stuff for me. 20 years ago, people would have laughed at you if you said you was a home organizer. These days, people are like, when can you come over? The stuff is too much. So if you're the type of person who has OCD like me, and you like taking just like clutter and junk and everything and just like making it look nice and neat and getting paid for it, I promise you there's people out there looking for your services. Moving right along. Number 11 is parking lot cleanup / trash removal. I put these two together because I think they're pretty similar. I've always had the ideal, I never tried it, but I know people who did or saw people doing it. The ideal of like, you have a lot of businesses that have parking lots, and some of the, like a lot of people, if they have like a parking lot with also like, you know, grass or something like that, the lawn guy or lawn person cleans the parking lot as well. But there's a lot of businesses who just like have big parking lots and they're constantly like full of trash and things like that. And you can never get one of the employees to go out there and clean it up. They hate doing it. You have a business where you're like, hey, once a week I come by, I blow the leaves out of your parking lot, I pick the trash up, maybe do some snow shoveling, but like just taking care of people's like parking lots, you know. Or there's lots of businesses where they just have, you know, grounds that maybe nobody really takes care of, or maybe the lawn person doesn't do trash. They might need you twice a week to come by early in the morning, just walk around, pick up all the trash. It is the easiest job in the world, but like people will pay for that. I realized that like side hustle number 12 was something that people are really looking for and in need of, because I was in need of it about 2 months ago. Side hustle number 12 that you can start for under $500 is like a small item moving service. Okay. A couple months ago, I moved into my apartment. Me and my roommate have no furniture because we both like live on the road, traveling a lot. So a friend of mine, her and her boyfriend were also moving, and they had a couple couches they didn't want anymore. So I was like, sure, I'll buy them from you. They gave me a great deal on them, but we didn't really have a way to like, you know, I don't have a truck. My roommate doesn't have a truck, so we didn't have a way to get them. And so when I started doing research, because I was like, oh yeah, I'll just pay somebody to move them for me. You can't find somebody who's willing to like move just small items, a couple couches or something like that, for less than like almost like $300 or something like that. Like, it was crazy. And I'm like, where's the people that just have a pickup truck and are just like, yeah, for $100 we'll move the couch for you, you know? And I realized there's a big market out there. Number 13 is selling services on FIVERR. Now FIVERR is basically just like a creatives marketplace, you know? If you know how to, you're a good writer, You know, there's people on Fiverr who write ebooks for people. There's people on Fiverr who do podcast intros. There's people on Fiverr who make like meditation videos. There's people on Fiverr who do all kinds of like online stuff. You know, if you've got like any kind of creative gene, like you know how to edit, you know, like so many things. There are so many things. I recommend going on Fiverr and just seeing all the stuff people do. And if you are a person who can do any of that type stuff, you can sell your services on Fiverr and make money. Whew. All right, let's get back to it. Number 14 is one that I really love. And I've dabbled in it from time to time, but that is retail arbitrage, which is basically going places and buying stuff and then selling it to other people for hire. I think this is amazing. There's a lot of money to be made in this field. You go into your discount stores, TJ Maxx, Ross, you're going to the Goodwill. You can even go to like yard sales, but there's so many places that like sell stuff at discount rates. You can go to the clearance aisle at Walmart and buy this stuff and then resell it online. eBay is like the granddaddy of places to sell, but these days there's so many other places to sell. You can buy stuff and then just resell it in your local area on Facebook Marketplace. The name of the game is just finding stuff people want that they're willing to pay more for than you paid. And you know, I think that the longer you do it, the more you get a knack for it, the more you get a nose for it, and you start to know what things will sell. All right, we're in the home stretch now. Number 15. I came across this one from looking off the balcony of my apartment building and looking at the dumpster out in the parking lot of my apartment complex. People are always moving out and like leaving all types of furniture and stuff down there. And the other day I thought to myself, I'm like, why don't I like, because some of the stuff is good. You know, I'm like, why don't I like take some of this stuff up to my apartment, put it in my living room, like clean it up and start selling it on like Facebook Marketplace. Like I'm always seeing like microwaves. One time there was like 4 decent like aquariums down there. There's always like couches, there's always desks, like all this stuff. And it just kind of sits there and then the maintenance guys have to like break it up and throw it in the dumpster. I'm like, this is good stuff. Like, why don't I just pick this stuff up and like resell it? You know, a good microwave cleaned up and nice, someone will give you 15 bucks for that. You know, that's an easy flip. So like, that's one thing I definitely recommend is just like, or you can go on like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and they have like a free section. There's always people giving stuff away because like they're moving and like they don't want to take it with them. You can take this stuff and if you have somewhere to store it, you can just post it on sale, you know, online for sale and just wait for somebody to buy it. Or you can take kind of some of the furniture that might be a little run down, kind of fix it up, kind of rehab it. You know, a lot of people like to like, you know, redecorate, reupholster, do all that stuff. I'm just trying to like slap a coat of water on it, clean it up nice, plug it in, make sure it works and resell it or whatever. Number 16 is kind of similar to the last one and it kind of goes along with like the retail arbitrage kind of. But number 16 is dumpster diving or scrapping. I've done like both of these and I'm here to tell you folks, there is a lot of money in like just getting random stuff out the dumpster. Okay, and the last one we talked about like furniture and you know, the bigger stuff, but even like, you know, and this one, you know, it depends on the area you're in and it also sometimes, you know, it takes a special type of person with a special type of stomach. But if you can find a good dumpster where people are routinely throwing away decent stuff, you can just take that stuff home, clean it up, wash it, resell it. And there's no money involved. It's like zero overhead except the gas going to pick this stuff up. And I put scrapping on this list as well because, you know, the scrapyard pays for scrap metal. I don't know what the prices are now, but like you can, when you're driving by dumpsters, you're driving by trash cans, there's a lot of things that can fetch you some good money at the scrapyard. Okay, I used to scrap with just like a car. Like if you have a trailer and a truck, it's even better. Speaking of jobs that take a special type of person with a special type of stomach, number 17 is pet waste removal. Now I know what you're saying. You're like, Tim, this whole list is just ate up with jobs and side hustles I'm not trying to do. But that's where the money is. There's all types of side hustles out there. Everybody's trying to do. The market's oversaturated. Everybody's trying to drop ship. Ain't nobody trying to pick up pet waste. That's why you can make a lot of money. A couple different jobs I've worked at, there have been people who just wanted us to pick up the dog poop. You got people who got backyards. They got these little, you know, chihuahua dogs, or maybe like a big dog, and the dogs just run around the backyard and poop. And then when the people go to like enjoy their backyards on the weekend with their friends, don't nobody want to come over because it's a lot of squishiness on their Birkenstocks. So they will pay you to come and pick up all that dog poop like once or twice a week. And all you need is a 5-gallon bucket, and they make a dog poop scooper. And I think it's another one that lends itself to contracts. For $500 a month, I will come twice a week, pick up the dog poop in your backyard, and like I'll come on emergency call out for $50 whenever you need me. So number 18 is another online side hustle that does not take a lot of money to start, and that's creating and selling online courses. If you have a camera and you know about something that people might want to learn, you can create a course, and you can go to a website like Udemy, there's a lot of other ones, and you can sell that course. And it is like the most passive income side hustle out there, because you only have to make the course one time and then sell it. Now you can go back in every 6 months or so and update it, but honestly, yeah, you make the course, you start selling it. There's really not a lot of work you have to do other than logging in to see how much money you made. Now you have to figure out a way to advertise the course, you know, get people to come in. But I think this is another one of those influencer driven, you know, side hustles. If you've already got a following and then you create a course, a lot of those people who follow you, when they want more information, they'll go and buy the course, or some people might buy it just to support you. But you know, selling online courses, very passive. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the ice cream truck just pulled up now. Like, they just don't want me to get this video done. Number 19 is Handyperson Work. Now, this used to be referred to as handyman work, but it's 2022. We're not on that type of time no more. Women are just as handy as men. It don't matter who you are, what gender you are. If you're handy around the house and you know how to do a little fix it and little repairs, you can make money. There are apps like TaskRabbit and many more. So many apps out there now that will allow you to like advertise your handy person services, and then when people need you, they just come to the app, you come over, you put in a light, you unclog a toilet, whatever it is. I think there's going to be an even bigger market for these little handy person jobs, because fewer and fewer people are like going into those fields. I'm smiling because number 20 is one that I love talking about. Y'all knew it was coming. Number 20. Gig jobs. There are so many gig jobs out there, so many gig apps out there, and like it is one of the best side hustles going. You know, don't let people tell you, oh, it's not good money, oh, there's wear and tear on your car, there's this, there's that. There's all these naysayers, many of them who've never tried it. But you know, I personally know so many people who like gig jobs have changed their life. DoorDash, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, Roadie, like all these apps, you know, and there's so many that like a lot of times there's other ones out there that might really like tickle your fancy or be a cool way that you want to make some money that you might not have heard of. I always mention like the top 4 or 5, but there's so many out there. There's so many things you can do now with just your cell phone and an app to make money. I'm telling you folks, if you haven't looked into it, look into it. So the next one is seasonal. So it's not probably a side hustle you're going to be able to do all year round, but it's one that you can probably work at 4 or 5 months out the year, and that's setting up holiday decorations. I had never really thought about this, but when I was, you know, doing research for this video, I came across it on a list, and I was like, that's a good one. You know, there's a lot of people who probably would love to have more elaborate or just holiday decorations in general, but they don't have the time. You know, maybe they don't know where to buy them, maybe they don't know how to put them up, connect them all together. If you're somebody who does that and you're good at it, you know, that's a good side hustle. And you could charge them, you know, you don't have to have really any money up front. You charge them for the decorations, you buy them with their money, you set them up, they pay you, and you could even set up like year-round contracts where you're like, hey, these are the 5 holidays that I come around, I'll put your decorations up, you never have to worry about it, I put them up, I take them down. When the next holiday rolls around, you know, 2 weeks before that holiday, I come out, put them up, a week after I take it down. That could be a nice little side hustle, and it's something that you'd probably keep your customers year in and year out. Our next side hustle that you can start with like little or no money, definitely under $500, is snow removal. And I also put like leaf removal, snow shoveling, leaf removal. All you need is a snow shovel. Or eventually, if you want to get fancy, you can get like, you know, one of the snow plows or whatever, that'll do a lot of the work for you. But all you need is a snow shovel. The leaves, all you need is a rake and like some bags. And you can, honestly, you can make the customer pay for the bags. Hey, I just rake the leaves, put them in the bags, I put them out by the curb. Strenuous, yes, but very little overhead. A great workout. Instead of paying, you know, $25 to go to the gym, why not just shovel snow all day long? You know, and charge people. I know a guy who snow shovels, and he makes crazy money. He does it for another company, and he makes crazy money. Like, he makes better money per hour than like anybody else I know. I think that's one that if you're physically fit enough, you can make a lot of money. And I've done leaf removal before, like raking people's leaves up, you know, putting them by the curb. It's another one of those that the results are just so amazing, and you go from having a yard full of leaves to like you can see your grass again. People will pay good money. Number 23 is a side hustle that's relatively new. Okay, and it is being a Airbnb cleaner slash like manager. Okay, and what I mean by that is Airbnbs haven't been around that long, but a lot of people, especially now, a lot of people are getting multiple Airbnbs. Airbnb really just isn't people like renting out their spare room or their house. It's becoming more and more people having 10 properties that they rent out as Airbnbs. People who used to have properties that they rented out as apartments monthly are now renting them out as Airbnbs. And that opens up a job opportunity, because if I've got 10 properties, I'm not trying to clean all of those and keep track of who moved out, you know, who checks out, who's checking in. You can be like a cleaner and like the manager. You know, maybe 4 of those properties they give to you. And what you do is you keep track of check-ins, check-outs. You're the person the guests talk to. And then when someone checks out, you clean it. And honestly, as someone who's done hospitality cleaning for many, many years, half the time it's not, you know, if someone's staying in an Airbnb for a couple nights, they're not going to mess up too much stuff. Every now and then you will get somebody who destroys the place. Side hustle number 24 is one that I've done before, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you folks, there's not a lot of money in it, but I wanted to put it on the list because I think it's really cool. I've talked about this in the past before, but number 24 is doing transcription work. Basically, you know, the closed captions you see on videos and movies, a lot of times they have people actually do those. You know, it's not always AI or computers doing that, because sometimes, you know, you can tell like the AI, you know, closed captioning because they get certain words wrong. I've done this before. I use a website called Rev. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But basically, you log into what you have to do is like take a test and pass and make sure you can like hear and understand and type. And then once you get approved, you know, you log into the website and they have different video clips and audio clips, and you kind of take the ones you want. The better ones go really quick, but you take the ones you want, and then you go into like the little setup and you listen to the audio, you watch the video, and you type into the box what the people are saying. Now, a lot harder than it sounds. A lot harder than it sounds, and in the beginning the money is not good because you're not going to be good at it, but over time there's some people who make some really good money at it. Once you get an ear for it and they're very fast typers, there's some people that can make a good side hustle income. I did it for maybe a week or two just for proof of concept because I wanted to get paid. So I could, when I talked about it, I can say they do pay. They paid through PayPal. They gave me my money. So we made it to the end, people. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at our 25th side hustle. Anybody can start for under 500 bucks. This is another one I put on the list just for funsies. Number 25 is get paid to talk to lonely people. So apparently there are websites and apps out there that will pay you to like text and chat, maybe even video call if they pay extra with lonely people. And before, you know, you're like, I don't know about that, Tim. The ones I'm gonna list right now, got written down. Rent a Friend, completely legit. I went on there. There were a lot of people offering their services to just talk to people. That was Rent a Friend. There's Friend PC, similar website. People just want to talk. There's Papa. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's for senior citizens. It's for older people who don't have anybody in their life to talk with. I actually thought that one was pretty cool. They need to rebrand the name. Sounds a little suspect. I'm not trying to, you know, be getting PayPal checks from papa.coms. You know what I mean? There was another one I came across called Flirt Bucks, and they admitted that they toe the line a little bit. The conversation on Flirt Bucks might be a little more spicy, if you know what I mean. It might lead to some other stuff that they're like, hey, we ain't involved in all that. We just set it up for y'all to talk. But these are some websites that apparently people use, like lonely people get on when they just want to talk to somebody. Why not make some money off of it? Now, once again, you're not gonna make a lot of money. The research I did saw like from between 10 cents a minute to like 50 cents a minute. You're not, gonna put the kids through college with this side hustle, but I, thought it was kind of funny. So I wanted to put it on the list. I would love for one of y'all to sign up for Flirt Bucks. So that is the list, ladies and gentlemen. 25 side hustles anybody can start. I'd love in the description box below for you to tell me if you've done any of these and like what type of experience you had. And also, please let us know if you know any other side hustles that could have been on this list that are legit, that you can make money, that don't cost a lot of money to get started in. Please let us know in the description box. We're always trying to learn on this channel. It is a community. We learn from each other. So thank you for that. And before we go, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Help your boy out, help to the algorithm to pick up this video, send it to more people, because we could all use a little side hustle money. I'm Timothy J. Ward. Thanks for watching. I love each and every one of y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.